Support for this podcast comes from the patrons at patreon.com/FML FPL. Okay! Welcome to FML FPL. I'm Alon.
This Walsh.
Really feels like months since we did just a regular Fantasy Premier League podcast.
Yeah, you know it's going to feel like months next year when we have an actual 3-week-long international break. Extra week.
And
there are not enough Harry Potter movies for us to fill.
Well, there is for one, but not for two. I'm going to have to start reading fanfic to get through those, and there's no other way through them. Yeah, I mean...
Reddit fanfic?
Yeah, exactly. The way we do it, for those who don't know, we did a Patreon pod. So we did a Friday My Life on Thursday, most recent Thursday. But that is just like focusing on our team's questions. What are we doing for Gameweek 4? Your Wildcard. So we haven't had like a normal pod. Yeah, I mean, it's been straight up just 2 weeks since we just been here doing our thing. So why don't we, well, maybe it's easier to start with my team and then we'll go into your wildcard team a little bit because I'm sure a lot of people don't know what you're on. So I got 58 points this week. I think I rolled, right? Yeah, I rolled, which, you know, I still back the decision, but now staring at Reuter, another 1-pointer, another like early sub, he has to immediately get ejected from the team. I'm on 3 frees though, so that'll be a lot of potential moves. Yep. Benched an Alderete 9-pointer. Never really considered starting him, to be fair. And I think, you know, Palace were good for a goal or two, so don't really regret it. But yeah, a lot of blanks in my team. But a lot of good picks also. I think I'm not like in too bad shape, so I'm chilling.
Yeah, the reindeers misses were troublesome.
Yeah. Those were brutal for me because I mean anyone who wildcarded didn't have him in their team pretty much.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, tough. Keane also was just like fucking.
Keane could have braced.
The header, that save off the header was really
save, and then
really
he had
good save.
And then he had another header that he just put wide, and like the very like almost last kick of the game, also from Jack. Is like fuck me because he also didn't defcon. It's like. Tarko obviously defconned, as we'll see when we open your team here. But then I was like, but Keane's a goal threat. And they just didn't come through. Yeah, look at tough. Team Walsh with the clean 69er.
It's how you draw it up. Like if
That's how you draw it up.
You shake hands on 69 off a wild card every year.
All day, every day.
I mean, you shake hands on 69 points every game week, obviously.
Yes.
But yeah, overall, I'm happy. I just stuck with what I originally kind of was going for. I made no changes from like the LR pod from 2 weeks ago. This was like really basically like the first iteration of the wild card when I seriously thought about it.
The only diddles were like Raksaki and Sheriff.
Yeah, well, I was looking for players who weren't currently playing in the Premier League that they forgot to remove from the game. I don't know if they're ever going to take them out of the game though. It's berserk that they're still in the game. They're just neither of them are on. They're both in like Turkey or like fucking some other country.
Sleep at the wheel.
What's going on? Well, that's nothing new there. But yeah, I mean, I think the biggest thing I was scrutinizing was the Vandenberg pick. I think late on was the last one where I was just like, what am I doing here?
Why don't you read your team and then I have a follow-up question about Vandenberg from Dan. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, so I went with Kelleher, Queeve, and then 5-3-2. I have VVD, Senesi, Vandenberg, Lacroix, Tarko. The midfield is Mo, Bruno, Paqueta, obviously. And then up top I have Holland and Gyökeres. So the bench is
team DEFCON.
Yeah, the bench is King and then 2 players who I previously mentioned are not in the Premier League anymore. So it's thin. I mean, LR wanted me to buy insurance. I pushed no insurance, but reject idea.
I mean, you'll be on 3 frees as soon as next week, and that's the insurance, right? Like I feel like now that we can stockpile frees, like that's the new insurance potentially. I mean, Your team is really the embodiment of that old like football team as a piano, and you need three players to play it and 8 to carry it. You just have 8 DEFCONers plus Mo, Holland, and Gyok, and it's just like, let's fucking go. So Dan said, of all the permutations of defensive options available in the game this year, how did Walsh end up with double Brentford on Wildcard? What was the thought process there over, say, one Brentford and one Fulham or Spurs or Arsenal, etc.?
Yeah, I mean, Spurs, Arsenal, none of them ever entered the fray. I mean, it was really Anderson with an E.
Yeah,
with Fulham.
Yeah,
he was the one I was really close with Vandenberg.
Yeah, and I think it's this week. I think.
Yeah, he did. He got like 10, so that would have been nice. I mean, I think I really didn't consider Van de Ven VDV Spurs. Like, he just doesn't DEFCON. Obviously, he scores a goal, so that happens sometimes.
Better than a DEFCON, yeah.
Yeah, I think you have to look at the picks in isolation. So like Queeve is not against the field; he's against the teams that have 4 or 5 defenders. Like if I sat here and if I had Petrovic, for example, they didn't clean. Like, are we asking the same questions? Like, how do you have 2 Bournemouth defenders? Like they both don't clean. Like it's like these players usually don't clean. Like they're on mid-table defenses. Like I like the fact that they're not in Europe. I like the fact that they defend a lot. I mean, Vandenberg was clearly a DEFCON play, even though somehow he bafflingly did not DEFCON this game. Vandenberg could just be a horrible pick. I mean, we could be looking at this. Yeah, I mean, we could be looking at this in game week 7, and he hasn't DEFCON since game week 3. Like he has red hair. I don't know. Like, I don't know what they do really.
Yeah.
But, he's just one of those where it's just like, I also there was not a real game against Chelsea until they made the quad sub. I mean, they were just pretty comfortable doing nothing and up 1-0. So, it's just, I don't know. I mean, it maybe is a mistake. I definitely am looking at this as like, this is maybe the mistake I made was having Vandenberg in this team. But I just didn't see too many 4 or 5 defenders other than Anderson that I was really that interested in, and I don't like Anderson. I don't like them. And Fulham kept 5 cleans last year or whatever. So,
and we won't know really. I mean, you could say should have gone to Anderson. He got a 10-pointer. It's 1 week. We won't really know until, like you said, 10 weeks from now. And then we'll be able to look back and say Vandenberg had this many DEFCON games. Brentham had this many cleans. Versus the other teams like Fulham or Bournemouth or whatever, or even a 4-0 guy or something, like a Rodon or an Alderete or something, and been like, well, they had that many cleans, so that was a mistake in hindsight. But I think to say it's a mistake now is just like, they played Chelsea. I don't know. It's way too early to say.
It's premature. I think, and realistically, this is like we're looking at this from this 4-pack that's upcoming before the next international break. So I'm less interested. Like, I want to watch and see how Brentford play, obviously, but I'm less interested from a standpoint of like how many cleans do they keep, and more interested of like how many games is he DEFCONing. So I mean, we're 0 for 1, and we have 3 more to go. So I mean, if he DEFCONs in 2 or 3 of these 4 games,
you'll feel good.
I'll probably feel okay, even if they keep 0 clean sheets.
Yeah.
He still might get shouldered out by another pick who just is maybe on a team I like a little bit more for clean sheet shout and has similar DEFCON potential. But for now, like, I'm just cautiously just watching, and that is definitely the pick in my team that I'm the most concerned about. Is
I mean, there's even like Tosin, or like, there's other 4-5s that are like on the bubble, on the watch list, right? Tosin's 9, 11, and 9 DEFCONs. Like, he could pop off, he could hit 3 of the next 4, and we're like, fuck,
I mean,
should have been him.
Mings also is a name in that he hit it this week. I was surprised how few he had gotten so far, because when I think of him in my head,
as a team, they had like none.
Yeah, because like in my head, I think of Mings playing, and I just feel like that's all he does is like do the DEFCONs. I mean, I still barely know what a DEFCON is, but there are a lot of 4 or 5 options. So we'll see. And I'm still confusing. Yeah, it's very confusing. But and Kelleher also, just back to like, how did I get there? There just aren't that many options. There's not that many picks. And
there's legitimately like maybe. I mean, how many keepers did you actually consider? Is it just the 2? I mean, there's very
pretty
few
much
4 or 5 nailed guys.
Yeah, I mean, I
Brighton, who you wouldn't have considered, the promoted sides who you wouldn't have considered, and
considered
Kelleher and
Hermanson.
Petrovic.
I considered Hermanson for a day
Who's
or
been
two.
Awful.
Yeah, I did not consider Rofs really. Like I looked at him for a few seconds, but just seconds. Yeah, it's just. I mean, I also considered going 8 million back there with Darlow and Dubravka, and that might be correct. I'm not sure. Like after watching the Burnley performance and the Leeds performance, I mean, I know Darlow's like a transfer wouldn't happen, but the Burnley performance, honestly, it's like if they're just gonna do that, he's gonna get some
17 more times at home this season. They're fucking picks.
Yeah, and like, I mean, he's gonna get
and Dubravka's a pick for sure.
And Dubravka's gonna get some 11 pointers.
Yeah, he will. No doubt. Yeah.
So I thought about that a little bit, and that might I could just get out of both of them and get a 5 million defender and get Dubravka back in and just like start him or something. So I have flexibility.
We'll see how it plays out a little bit. The only other question before we kind of move on about your team was Hardly Boys. He said, is there something you would go back in time and undo on your wild card, having now seen the results of Game Week 4?
I think it's Vandenberg Anderson. That would be the one thing. Like I wish I just had a different guy, a different team, just like
diversify.
I kept going back to like the DEFCON pill of like this guy is a DEFCON god. He was last year. He's 3 for 3. And I mean, not hitting it against Chelsea, which is of the first 4 fixtures for Branham of the game, I would have thought he would have hit it for sure. The most would have been this Chelsea game, and he didn't do it. So I mean, it speaks, I guess, the randomness of it. But that's probably it. Yeah,
fair. Let me do the September mug leaders. So far, we got Mitch Bork, aka What the Van Heck, dropping 100 points. Insane. Second place, Jack Anderson, aka Beans on Liverman Toast. And then third place, two-way tie between Kim Hoagie, aka Ping Pong Frimpong, and Craig Wood, aka I Need a Mug. So we'll see if the need for a mug prevails in the end. Good luck, everyone, in the September mugs. Cool. Let's go for it, dude.
All right. I think we got to start with the elephant in the room.
The red elephant in the room? The red elephant when the red pill?
Is that the red number 11 wearing elephant on your team?
I just meant the whole team. Liverpool. Yeah. The whole red team. Yeah.
So, I mean, you're the Liverpool fan of the two of us, where I mean, we haven't seen this from Mo in the beginning of the season.
Never.
Since he's been in the division, since he came from Italy. Where are you on Mo? Like, are you, because this was a game I was like, oh, I'm not worried.
Yeah. No, totally.
What do you feel?
I mean, I think I mentioned the red pill. I mean, if the red pill embracing the truth is just, they're just not really clicking. The attack is not functioning at a high level. I know that's obvious to everyone, and there's probably plenty of people listening who've been like, see, I told you. And it's like, well, they did still put up huge shot numbers and whatever against Burnley, but the attack is clearly not clicking to a level of like a title winning kind of team. Isak will get integrated in the next couple of weeks. Will that solve things? And Mo, even if this is his like first down year of his career, it's still not going to be this down. I mean, he can't even get a shot. I think you mentioned it a lot on your wild card also, is the other factor, and maybe Palmer changes this math for other people, but for me, it's like, I don't know where I'm spending that money. Like I'm not in some sort of situation where I'm like, well, because I already have Haaland too. So, maybe people are listening. They don't have Haaland. They have Mo instead, and they're desperate to make the double change. And I can't really fault it at this point with how Liverpool look. But if you're not in that situation, I'm just like, yeah, I mean, Palmer might start. He might not.
What do you
start.
think's going on? Like, what do you think's obviously they're not clicking. Like, is this slot? Is this personnel?
No.
Is this Mo himself? Like,
I think
do you think it's going to change? Like, where do you?
Yeah, I think over half the team has changed. and that's just a fact. And I think it's maybe showing the world just how fucking good Trent is. I mean, for 9 years, the team basically relied on Trent to get the ball to Mo, get the ball in the final third, and get the ball in the box. It was all him. And I think what we've seen in these first few games is like Verts likes to drift left, Ekitike likes to drift left. Everyone's kind of drifting left, and all the buildups over there. Mo's just fucking on Epstein's Island on the right, and he just can't get the ball, and he's just getting no touches and getting no shots.
Yeah.
Will it improve? Like, yeah, it has to improve. He's not going to finish the season on 38 shots. I mean, what are we talking about here? But when will it improve? How will it improve? These are all difficult problems, and I have no idea. And obviously, Isak will make things better, but how the distribution of how things will get better and when they'll get better, there's no way of knowing. So, I mean, I think the clearest thing for me to like take away of this is just like, there's no other picks. Like, I still think I'm happy to keep Mo for now and just rely on they'll get better, he'll get better, and it'll be okay. But like, they're not generating big chances. I mean, obviously, Verts is shown to just not be a pick. He's just in build-up. He's like almost a second McAllister, the way he's been playing so far.
He's emphatically not a pick.
Emphatically not a pick. Gakpo just cuts in and shoots from 20 yards every single time.
He drives me absolutely insane. Like,
yeah,
watching
imagine
him,
if you were a fan of the fucking team.
Yeah,
it's
like watching him play is just not fun. It's just not fun.
He sort of plays like, like he would be the best thing ever on Forest. Like if he played Cho's position, get him the ball, let him cut in and shoot. He'll score fucking 13 goals and they'll win games, you know, but he's just not good enough.
He's also not fast enough to get his shots off as Cho does, so I don't know if that would even work. But
it's tough. But yeah, I mean, Ekitike might play left wing, Verts might play left wing, Isak inside. I still have no idea how it's going to shake out. I really don't know. Rio's looked really good. I mean, yeah, Gakpo's time is short. And then Ekitike, I mean, even though he has the goals, and
I thought he was really poor in the Burnley game.
Yeah, I think he looks good in general. Yeah. He's still only 70 minutes. He's still not on pens, and we don't know when his time is also going to be up. And so, like, there's no picks except for like maybe Van Dijk and Mo. Maybe Mo.
Definitely Van Dijk.
Yeah, definitely. Fine, definitely Van Dijk. But he didn't DEFCON for you. So you must be shaking in your boots.
Well, that's why he's such the best pick. He gets bonus when he was DEFCON.
He either DEFCONs or gets a bonus and cleans. Yeah.
Easy one for him, yeah.
What's better than a DEFCON? Yeah, but I mean, that's kind of the status, I think, is like weird, fucked up. There's no chance it stays this bad for the team or for Mo. There's no chance. The unknowns are what heights will Mo eventually settle at and what heights eventually will the team settle at. Both of those things we don't know. Will they reach the heights of last year? Will they exceed last year? I don't know. I think both are very possible. Will Mo reach the heights of last year? Probably not. You know, it's the best year of his fucking career.
That's a definitely not. We're not approaching 40 returns. Like
that's what I'm saying. Like
here.
only Messi and Ronaldo have the best years of their career back to back, and Mo's not going to do that either. But is he going to go from 40 returns to 11 returns? Like no, obviously not. He'll still probably score 20 goals. That's what's crazy about Mo. But yeah, I mean, I certainly wouldn't feel comfortable captaining him at this point. And I certainly wouldn't have another Liverpool mid or forward. No chance.
Yeah. Yeah. I agree with all of that. I think to me, like the more concerning thing just watching them play is, he's had different right backs pretty much every game. And he's played like Soboslai's been the right back for the last couple games. He's never played right back.
He's had a different right back every fucking half. Yeah. And I'm not exaggerating.
Basically. Yeah. I mean, it's Bradley or Frimpong or Soboslai or Curtis. Like it's been a revolving door back there. But I think what you're alluding to about all of the players wanting to go over to the left and isolating Mo just by himself. Yeah. I mean, that's basically has been happening. And it's also just tough because he can't beat guys off the dribble anymore. Like he just can't do it.
He doesn't even try, really.
He doesn't try. He's not fast enough. So when he gets in those situations when there's not an overload, all he can really do is try and shift to put a cross in, which like finds Robbo. So it's tough. It's tough. You know, I mean, it's just tough to imagine like where does he go from here? Obviously, he's really good, but it's hard to imagine what the direction of the team looks like where he's getting chances. Like like you're saying, he's not even shooting. He can't even get into shooting positions, like unless if he's shooting from fuckland. Like he's not even trying to shoot. He's just staying on the periphery, almost like a decoy. And it's hard to watch. It's just hard to watch.
It'd be like, in a weird way, I feel like it'd almost be more worrying if Liverpool were just coasting and scoring 3 goals and this was Mo's output. And it's like, that would almost be like, all right, the writing's on the wall. Like Mo is no longer the center of the team, and they're putting him out to pasture and moving on, and the new core is here. But when it's like this, it's just like, well, obviously Mo has to be integrated, because what's happening is it's just not working. It's just straight up not working at all. And you know, I'll take the fucking points. I'd rather have the points on the board than like look good and lose or something. Sure. But yeah, I mean, they're not gonna just be like, yeah, sorry, Mo, you're getting, you know, like I said, 1 shot a game and pens, and that's it, and you're just fucking, you know, that's it.
Yeah, I mean, the points on the board are also like very deceptive almost, because they could be sitting, I mean, you guys could be sitting here legitimately on like 5 points or 6 points or something.
Totally.
You know, I mean, that's a very reasonable point collection based on the way you guys have played so far today. So, you know, I mean, that's also, I think, a little bit like there should, I think, be a little bit almost more hysteria over how bad Liverpool have looked than has been given, because you guys are sitting top of the league with fucking 12 points.
I mean, again, the first 3 fixtures were insane, right? And even the first 2 results, Liverpool attack was good, and then the balance was off, and they conceded way too many chances, and then they have back-to-back 1-0 wins where they concede nothing. So it's like, that's also part of the work in progress, right? Is like figuring out, I mean, I mentioned this back in like fucking May when we were getting the fullbacks, is like, how the fuck are we going to play with Frimpong and Kirkez, who all they want to do is bomb on and be like wing backs? Yeah. And
they're making it easy for you. Kirkez can't stay on the pitch because he's a red card.
He got subbed in 20 minutes.
He just gets injured all the time. So they're not even there.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it, babe.
Don't worry about it.
Silver slide it right back. You're good.
Yeah, I mean,
it's still Robbo.
I know. I saw a stat that was Ekitike so far. I don't know if this is real, by the way. I saw it on like Twitter or something, but Ekitike has completed 6 passes to Mo in the 4 games. Total.
That sounds, I believe that.
6 is crazy, though.
He doesn't go there ever. He never goes anywhere but to the left, like at any moment in any game. It's, Slot has work on his hands. Like, he's got to do something here.
I think
he's also evading
a team makes 6 changes to the starting 11, there's gonna be some growing pains for sure.
Okay, so I mean, it's still basically hold, don't sell.
I think.
Where are you at on? I mean, this is a really, really hard cap week. Darb early game.
I wanted to talk cap, but before no, I'm definitely not capping Mo. But before we talk about cap, I just want to, Parmo's one question is Mo to Palmer truly insane?
Well, it's difficult for us to advise here on Monday before there's midweek.
Before Champions League.
We have Fuckling, and we know how fit Palmer is. He's real fit, right? I think
imagine he'll play versus Bayern. What does that mean for his minutes at the weekend? I don't know.
Who knows? I mean, he could also, you could see his name on the Twitter picture for the weekend, and then they have this thing called warm-ups. They do these things called warm-ups before the game starts.
His weakness.
It's tough. I mean, when you're simple jacking around, you just feel something, and then you don't come out for the game for warm-ups. Yeah. And do you know that he's like, wait, I still get paid my full game, my salary?
Absolutely.
We're not playing this game against
He's still
Check's
cold.
Notes. I'm cold. I don't want to play.
He's freezing.
Yeah. So I think that is insane, because you're basically looking at this moment in time, this exact same pick player who does not score goals in open play on pens
Palmer
for a
just
good
did.
team. Well, yeah, his first time in 9 months, but
he's the
by and
difference is he's
large-
4 million cheaper.
but that's the difference is what do you do with the 4 million? You do nothing. Like you
you
there's
do
nothing
grinders to Bruno or some shit. You do there like you just wildcarded. Normal humans can do plenty with that. I can go Thiago to fucking Gyak. I can.
Okay.
I can find somewhere to do something with.
All right.
that,
Well, if you need the 4 million, then maybe it's.
People are fucking doing.
If you
probably,
need, I don't need the 4 million, but if you need it,
okay.
If you need
rich
it.
man over here, hot shot over here. But yeah, I wanted to bring up early cap. Usually we save cap for Thursday, but this is
so relevant.
The most
this is the hardest
insane
of my life.
cap week ever.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. It really is.
It really is.
My initial early was Bruno. As insane as that might
Home
sound.
Chelsea Bruno.
Yeah.
After that performance too, which is wild.
I mean, I can't cap Haaland at Arscast.
I don't think so. Stay humble, Derby. I mean, I was thinking about Palmer. I don't even fucking own him, and I'm thinking about him. And I was also thinking about Semenyo, and I don't own him, and I was thinking about it.
we don't usually do that.
Yeah, I know, but I have 3 frees, and I'm definitely side-eyeing both of them. And Bournemouth, Iraola Bournemouth versus Eddie Howe Newcastle has been an absolute ass fucking every single time they've played. They're
who
like
fucks who in the ass.
Iraola fucks Eddie. Come on, you knew that. Yeah, and Tyndall watches in the cuck chair, and it's just a bloodbath. And they average almost 2.5 goals per game against Newcastle, I think, in the 4 times they played. Yeah. I'm not thinking about Semenyo, honestly.
They just what do they just fucking shred them? They press and they just he knows how to go through it. And
yeah, I mean Newcastle are kind of
midweek.
A bad version of Bournemouth system of chaos and countering and all this stuff.
And they play midweek.
Yep. So and I think they have Barcelona on Wednesday, and then they play
at home,
fully rested Bournemouth away. I'm just like, I like that.
Yeah, and they have another game.
I just don't know who else you cap. You have Mo home Everton. We just talked about how that is not a cap. You have Bruno home Chelsea. You have Palmer away Man United after they have a midweek.
I'm not that with you on Mo not being a cap. I think he's definitely still an option. I mean, he knows how to play this team.
Yes,
I don't like the early kickoff lore on Saturday for sure, but
Gandhi lore.
Yeah, I still think he's fine. Like he's just fine.
I mean, if I didn't have 3 frees and I was just sitting on my current team, I would like almost have to cap him. Like I think I would cap him over Haaland. I think I would cap him over Bruno, and that's like basically all my options covered. Like I don't even have a defensive banker. Like I feel like even if there was one of the DEFCON gods like Tarko or Senesi or whatever had like a banker at home, I'm like, that's pretty good, but they don't. It's Bournemouth home Newcastle. It's Tarko away Liverpool. It's all this shit.
Yeah.
So
maybe VVD. I should think about him.
That's not bad. That's not bad.
Yeah. I mean, Everton have been obviously a lot more open and free flowing this year than years past. But in the derby, it's going to.
I don't think they will be at all.
Moyes has had more than one derby in his life here. This one, so it should be a really fucking fucked up game. But
it'll be a fucked up nightmare. Yeah.
I mean, I was thinking more about Bruno just from the standpoint of like Chelsea playing midweek.
Yep.
I hope Cunha will be back. Yeah, like I hope Cunha is going to be back.
Oh, is there a chance of that? I just figured he was fucked. Yeah.
I think there's a chance. I mean, it's also like anticipating him playing bald Enzo playing the first team against Bayern. The team that Chelsea played, the first half they played against Brenham. I'm like, I mean, if they roll into Old Trafford like that, I mean, we're cooking. Like we could do something against that. So I don't know. I feel like they're going to be very disjointed and like almost just like sleeping on it when Man United are sitting there after this disassembly, full week training home. Like I feel like the recipe is there for them to do the things against Chelsea.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of intrigued about Bruno from that standpoint.
I
feel like they could put a few past them, honestly. I honestly like I feel like Chelsea have just been bad. Like I've been really critical against Chelsea. I mean, they've conceded 2 extra goals that don't count on the ledger, but they conceded 2 more goals than they have to date.
Yeah.
I just feel like they've been like they could have lost almost every game they've played this year so far, and I'm just not that excited by them. I just feel like they're not that good.
Yeah, I feel like one of these days, I feel like, Enzo just shakes his fucking magic 8 ball to choose his 11 every week. And one of these times he's going to end up in a world where it's like a good lineup. And like, if it was me, like tomorrow, I'd be like, okay, Garnacho's my left wing, Esteval's my right wing, Palmer's in the middle, Ladro's up top, other Enzo and Caicedo in the middle, whatever. It's not me. Point is, they could be good. And I feel like they're just going to continue to not be and be inconsistent. I'm with you there. I mean, the thing with Bruno, and we got questions about this specifically. It's like, obviously, it was nowhere near DEFCONing against City. Ugarte kind of swept everything up. And they weren't even in the game. Like, they basically had no midfield. They couldn't touch the ball.
It's also interesting thinking about it from City DEFCON standpoint as a midfield opponent. It's the worst fixture. Because they never give the ball away in that area.
Too. Yeah. I mean, they
just never give the ball away in that area,
Yeah. The pass completion, the build up stuff. It's just, it's tough. But he's still, it's the classic Bruno, right? He still creates a lot of chances, even though they're bad. And he's still a DEFCON shout in every game. So, like, I still think he ticks literally every box, which is why we think he's a pick. But I mean, Kev said, have the Bruno thoughts changed at all after yesterday? Not even halfway to DEFCONs. And Viking said, I wildcarded in Bruno, obviously not expecting anything at the Etihad, but is he still a great pick with how deep he's playing? I can't see him getting into that many good shooting positions while he's playing further behind. Have you changed it all after that game?
No, I mean, that game was the game happened as I anticipated it happening, and they only play them one more time this year. It's not for a while. He still is just like, I think with Bruno in this, I mean, you have to have like the imagination of, the different iterations of what the team looks like. And in the good games, even if he's playing more reserved, like they have more attackers, they have more possession in the final third. He pushes up at the edge of the box. He gets into shooting positions. He's a trailer.
Yep.
It was amazing also in this game. I felt like they were like purposely not passing to him for some reason. Like there were so many opportunities where he was the pass and it was just head down shot, like instead of just laying it to him. So, I mean, even in this game when it's a really bad fixture for him, he was still joining into attack when there was an opportunity to join. And they did push him up. Like he made the subs and they pushed him up at the end of the game. Right. So he's just a Swiss Army knife, and he's going to be up, down. Go ahead.
People might have turned off the game because it really wasn't a match, but Casemiro had the sitter of all sitters. Yeah. The only chance that was nearly as good as the Haaland chance that he missed was the Casemiro chance, which would have been a Bruno assist. He would have probably got a bone.
5 points. We don't ask questions. Yeah, probably got 2 bones. We have 5 point. Don't ask questions.
No one's asking it. They're just like, Bruno cheat code. Obviously,
Yeah, I mean, it's just there's still just so many ways for him to get points. Like, there's no concern. I still think he's one of the best picks in the game.
Yeah, long term.
I think he should be in every
fucking hold.
I just think he should be in every team. I mean, we've been saying this since preseason.
Yep.
And so far he only has the 1 goal. I mean, he missed a pen. Yeah, I mean, he made that. It's fine. It's fine.
Yeah,
I do wish he would be shooting a little bit more. I do wish more for more.
I mean, I wish that. Well, Amarim's a fucking idiot. I mean, I'll be vindicated on this take that I've been sitting on for 6 months, but we'll see about that. But why is he so like steadfast on Bruno has to be deep next to one of my DMs, Ugarte or Casemiro or Mainu, when Sesko's bad and Mount's inconsistent and Ahmad's not good when he's in the front 3? And it's like, Bruno could just be one of the front 3. The front 3 could be Bruno, Bumo, and Cunha. And that's fucking good. And I don't think they'll struggle to get them the ball because Bruno comes deep and works so hard. And whether it's like Mainu, Casemiro, or Ugarte, whatever the hell it is, whatever guys he wants, like that's just good. And I just wish he would occasionally do that.
I mean, it's literally the exact same thing as Paqueta with West Ham if he could play Paqueta's position. Like he's just behind
done.
and free, and he drops deep, he finds the ball, he finds the game, whatever.
And he'll be more impactful.
Just in terms of the team. So I think for what I imagine Amarim is thinking is that he's like, I need his progressive passing from deep to get the ball up the pitch, because if I don't have him doing this, then I don't have the ball getting from the 3 center backs I have to, no,
absolutely. I think that's like 100% what he's thinking. And I also think he's wrong. I think that Casemiro's not a bad passer as washed as he is. Like they have.
That's why Ahmad right wing back is the get at it. Like that's
they have. All the
just needs to commit to that.
They have a million outlets. Yeah. They have Bumo. They have wing backs. They have Cunha.
Dorgu as an outlet, but it's Ahmad at the right wing back is the key for me. That I think he needs to just commit completely 1,000,000% to like he's playing every game, and this is like we need to learn and figure out how this is going to work, but. There's something there, like when he's playing at right wing back, for getting the ball up and just what he can do.
Defensively, Bruno's not
you just cover
the
up.
Most robust.
Oh, over there,
I don't know.
Yeah, they're playing with 3 center backs. How many how many defenders do you have enough?
They were
you have
a
enough?
mess against City. It was really... Like I just don't know how you're still watching this team being like, this is the guy that's gonna bring us forward. When
I'm happy to say I told you so, not to you, but you listener. Remember back when he had his fucking breakdown in the press conference, like the first month?
That was like
I was on record as saying like this guy is a fucking unhinged lunatic and he's not it.
Yeah.
And we were getting so much shit from that. Remember
Everyone was mad.
Everyone hated that. Here we are, as he has continued meltdowns to the press. Like
it's crazy.
It's crazy.
Meanwhile, Højlund just immediately like scores and assists, I think, for Napoli. And it's just like, why did we swap one? Whatever. Fuck them.
This is Manchester United Football Club.
Yeah. Where should we go next?
Let's do questions. I'm sure we have a ton.
We have so many questions. We might have to like defer some questions to Thursday pod, so we'll see. But let's go to Villa. That'll be a nice, fun conversation about a good team. Lord said still no goals for Villa in the league this year. Next 3 fixtures are Sunderland away, Fulham, and Burnley home. Is this a don't buy, don't sell situation, or transfer out ASAP for players such as Rodgers and Watkins? Voltaire, if you have Watkins, should you just rectify the mistake? And Pazza, tell me not to transfer out Watkins. Absolute pervert that Paz is. We got so many perverted fucking sicko questions this week.
It's not tenable. I don't think it's tenable.
Yeah, they're bottom, or not bottom, but they're 19th in the table on no goals scored. It's a fucking problem.
Yeah, I don't think it's a tenable position to keep hodling Watkins and or Rodgers at this point. He just just doesn't look good.
The vibes are really bad.
Vibes are bad. Europe starting. New guys came in. It's just not good.
Yeah.
At Sunderland, also just low key, not a good fixture. Home Burnley also low key.
I think
might not be a good fixture
for normal teams.
Maybe. Burnley and Sunderland
shitload.
I wouldn't go shitload. We had 2 or 3 chances. I think like in a normal
chances.
Yeah, I don't know, but we probably were good for 1 goal. Like 1 goal would have been fair for me on that game.
I was thinking too.
Maybe, yeah. If you high roll it, but I think just generally speaking, we have to I think we also need to calibrate for what the Sunderland and the Burnley fixtures are.
Yeah.
They aren't bankers. They aren't 3+. Like they look like they're going to be like tough games. They're both organized teams, good midfields, like good defense. Like they defend. So like even looking at these fixtures of like Sunderland, Fulham, Burnley, Spurs away with, it's not Ange anymore. It's Frank. Don't forget.
Yep.
City. No, it's not.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like they haven't scored any goals yet. Like why would they score any goals in those games, kind of thing?
Yeah, and I think the difference between so what I was saying with Mo is it's clearly not working. They're clearly going to change and get Mo more involved. And I think you could blindly make the same argument with Ollie, But
didn't have a
also,
shot last game.
yeah, but also Emery has just benched Ollie before, and the team has played absolutely fine and been better at different points last season. And that is obviously not in the cards for Mo, and very much is in the cards for Villa to just be like completely change everything. What the fuck is going on here? Rip it all up.
Yeah, I mean, he could play. I mean, they have a new player with the number 9 shirt. Like, they could just play him at number 9.
Young Harvey.
And put Sancho and fucking Malen next to him. And we're like, oh, yeah. Because they haven't scored a goal yet. So whatever. Like,
they're on 0 goals.
They're on 0 goals. So, yeah, maybe he is going to bench the strike. Yeah, I mean, that's not in there. It's.
Yeah, they have Europa, and we know he's a fucking Europa fetishist. So, it's not like they're going to get no minutes. He'll still say to Ollie, I need you for fucking Sociedad away or whatever the goddamn fixture is they have. I have no idea. But, he's going to figure out minutes.
Yeah. But it's bad.
It's such a mess.
It's bad. It just doesn't look good. So,
yeah.
Holding, I think, is just misguided at this point. I think we have enough evidence, enough information. And I mean, honestly, with them too, I mean, the midfield's an issue. Like, losing Kamara, Onana, Tielemans, like they're, yeah, I mean, how are they moving the ball from back to front? Like, it's getting a little bit touchy there. I mean, they don't have depth there in that area of the pitch. They have a ton of fucking forward wingers or whatever.
Yeah.
But, in terms of midfield, Barkley's out, like everybody's out. So they're just bad. Like, balance looks bad. Like, the team looks bad. Feeling is bad.
They didn't do anything against Everton. It wasn't
they should have lost.
Yeah, like they should have lost. Absolutely. They conceded tons of huge chances and they created literally nothing.
Beto is horrendous.
Beto is next level. Yeah.
Yeah.
Jack's
He's worse
incredible.
than DCL. Yeah, Jack was jacking really hard, jacking off really hard.
Yeah, the Jack Derby.
Yeah.
So that's Villa.
Jack P sitting down for sure.
Here we go again. No, Jack's fucking... No, never mind. Jeff wants a new weekly segment of the pod that's like Walsh's Keeper Corner because we got keeper questions. So Barrack and Jeff said, every week I start Kelleher over Dubravka, and every week this proves to be the wrong decision. How bad is it to just go Dubravka 4-0? Who to start this week? Between Dubravka home NFO or Kelleher away Fulham? And then Dean Ayler said, I know all the obvious reasons, et cetera, but Donnarumma is tempting me. Am I crazy for thinking he's worth 5 more cleans than Ederson and some unknown number of save points?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that's fucking batshit.
Yes. Completely insane.
Although he did do the good save that would have otherwise with Ederson
incredible
not
save.
Have been a good save.
Incredible save.
Yeah, no, Donnarumma is batshit. But the Burnley performance really changed my view and my lens. It did, because I just thought it was going to be such one-way traffic of just ass fucking, and they would be like holding onto their butts the whole game. And they were just so competent.
It was, but they were very organized. No, but I mean, in terms of one-way traffic and hanging on for dear life, but
they weren't hanging on for dear life, though. They weren't shipping chances every 10 minutes. Like,
no, but everyone was like diving at every single shot and fucking dying to get a block and everything. I mean, it wasn't like they were just chilling. Like they were exhausted, using every ounce of energy just to like deny. But I'm not saying that as a bad thing. I'm saying that as like it's so weird that they fucking won the flamp. Like, I don't really understand how because apparently they played this exact same style in the flamp and they just had like 100 points and got automatically promoted. But they've been preparing for these games for a year, is my point. And they just showed that, I think, against Liverpool. And they just were like, all right, yeah, we're going to go. We're never leaving forget half. We're never going beyond, 25 yards from our goal.
Yeah. Yeah. But I mean, going back to the goalkeeping standpoint, like, yeah, I just think Dubravka is just fine to start. Like it's just as good of a start as any of the 4-5 the 4-5 goalkeepers. I feel like.
Yeah.
It just I mean they'll keep some cleans. When they do, he'll probably get bonus points because he'll get a few saves. He's just fine. Like I just think he's fine.
Totally.
Yeah.
And the only, I guess, bad thing, because they're so old school, right? I feel like we haven't had a team like this in the league for a few years at least. The only thing with keepers like this is they're usually like not the best on bones because they never pass and they don't even make that many saves because they block so many fucking shots. But I don't know if they're just keeping 0-0s, he'll always be within a shout because they're not going to score many goals. So yeah, he could be better than the 4-5s. It's very realistic, I think.
Yeah, I mean it goes back to just the like Wardverson, just the fundamental theory of goalkeepers are the lowest point scoring position in the game. So spend the least amount possible on them as possible. And if you like high roll something that they get average of the 4-5 goalkeepers, then you're coming out ahead because you're putting in the money elsewhere, right? So
totally,
you still have that going for you, I think. And
it'd
I
be
think
nice
this is
if there was another nailed 4-0.
Yeah. I mean Darlow.
He'll play
for
a few games
weeks
or whatever. Yeah,
but no, I mean you're basically looking at if you go 8 million, it's Dubravka. Like you're just starting the Burnley.
You're starting him every week. Yeah.
Which again, I think is fine.
It's fine. I think it's fine. I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. Let's do a little bit of Spurs and then we'll just go raw questions. Just 2 questions on Spurs. Pick said, any interest in Spurs for the next few games? Good fixtures. Away Brighton, home Wolves at Leeds. And then Bigger Daddy said, I have Porro at the moment, but I think that's one to correct on a wild card while staying with Spurs defense. Do I move to Romero or save the extra on VDV? I feel like Romero's the target on all the set pieces. VDV more of a second ball kind of guy.
Xavi Simons looked pretty good.
Yeah. Good pick.
Good player.
Yep.
Took a lot of set pieces.
Yep.
Love to see that.
I hate to see it as a Porro owner, but yep.
Yeah. I'm worried about Spurs with Fuckle, right? Like I mean they're gonna be who's playing? I just don't know. Like we have Fuckle, international breaks all the time. All their players seem to be in South America. It's tough. It's just tough to make picks here. I mean, I think they all have very significant warts. When you look at them all and you scrutinize them all.
Yeah.
And the defense, like, look, I mean, you have Porro, right? I mean, he's obviously fine because he's, you're keeping some cleans over there. He's got 21 points in 4 game weeks. I mean, we're averaging 5 a clip. Like, we're happy with that.
Yeah,
they fine. Did all the. Obviously, the intern has him because he got the 4 extra DEFCON diddles. Game week 3 DEFCON diddle. I mean, that'll go down in the history of the universe. But none of the defenders DEFCON, even Romero, like none of them DEFCON.
He's been close though, right? Or am I misremembering? Not really. He had 3. He literally got 10,
7, 10, 5. It's bad. That's bad.
It's bad.
7, 10, 5 is bad. I mean, the West Ham with 10 men is a throwaway, but yeah. I mean, it's not great. So I mean, you're getting no DEFCONs. You're 2-6 most. You're 2 or 6ing, which I think is just not where you want to be this year. So. I mean, as excited as I am about Spurs, just from a IRL standpoint of they're a good team again, they look good, they're playing well. In terms of actual FPL picks, I'm just like, it's hard to find any. I think Simons is the closest though to me. Like he's the most exciting.
Yeah, I mean, they're winning multiple games 3-0 in the first 4 games of the season. You would think we're all clamoring for their attackers, and yet I can't find one. Like for a couple games it was Rich. I still think Kudos looks great. I think he was the fucking best player on the pitch for them against West Ham. I thought he was incredible in that game, and yet he's on 3 straight blanks. Simons, Simone's, whatever. He gets his assist on a corner. I mean, it's not like he was doing much in open. They just don't do that much in open play is really the bottom line. Even in games where they score 3-0, it's a Sarr corner. It's a fucking Romero corner that's rolled out. It's a Bergvall header. It's a loose ball that Van de Ven. It's like, what is this? It's none of it feels repeatable and none of it feels like FPL picks. So it's just hard. I mean, they just don't have like a talisman, which is maybe good for IRL and how they're playing, and they're hard to, match up against. But for FPL, I just don't see someone who's obviously going to be like getting the shots and getting the chances and getting the points.
Oh,
maybe it is Romero. I mean, you would love it more if he was defconning, and he has a chance, obviously, in any game to defcon, but he is also really good on set pieces, and he is good on bones, and he is good in open play. So maybe there's a case there. I mean, I like him, but yeah, I don't know. Tough one.
I just need to see more depth. I mean, it's 25 in 4 games. Like, that's just
it's been bad.
Low.
Yeah, but you mentioned, it's 10 men in West Ham. I mean, Burnley. I don't know. Yeah. In the 2 tough games, he got 10 and 7.
Yeah. For now, I think it's not there.
But again, like cleans are better than defcons.
Yeah, it's true. That's true.
They're worth twice as much. So, Brighton away, maybe, but maybe not. I don't know. But then home Wolves at Leeds, home Villa at Everton. It's like they could fucking clean 3 out of the next 5. And then it's who gives a shit about defcons? It's way more points. So
I think the difference about that though is that the defenders that you have that are like almost, in the 70%,
Senesi, Tarko, yeah.
It's not like they're not cleaning.
Right.
They just do both. So like the delta, right? We have to think about the delta more.
Absolutely. But they could out clean those teams by
Definitely.
2 in the next 5 or something like that.
Yeah.
Based on, I don't know the fixtures off the top of my head, but then it's then it changes. All right, let's do some questions for a bit. I don't know. Tell me when it's too much because there's so many questions, and I'll just move the rest to Thursday. But let's see. So, Super Hands, if you don't have Semenyo, should you just rectify the mistake and get him in ASAP?
I forgot about Semenyo. So, I mean, neither of us have Semenyo. How are you feeling about this guy?
I've been saying it since the first week against Liverpool. Like, pay attention. There might be a breakout here. There's different stuff happening. The big change, obviously, is that he took a pen. And I don't know. I just genuinely don't know if Kluivert's in their best 11. I mean, I don't think anyone knows that. And he's been fit for the last 2 games and not started. They're playing great. They have 3 wins on the bounce. They're a fucking good team. And Semenyo looks great every game. I think he should be probably in every team. I think he's just, even if his pen share or whatever you want to call it is 50% of the time, that's pretty insane considering he shoots 5 times a game and is their best attacker and their focal point. So you take those.
Okay. So are you making moves to get him this week? Is that?
Yeah, I'm eyeing him. I'm eyeing Palmer. My bad picks are Wirtz
to Semenyo,
Ruder, and De Kuiper are like my 3 bad picks. Maybe Thiago too, but at least he's 6 million. But those 3 like probably need to leave my team soon. And I'm definitely looking at Semenyo. I'm definitely looking at Palmer. I mean, we'll figure it out maybe on Thursday after Champions League and shit, but that's who I'm looking at. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'm with you. I mean, I think it's starting to become. It's tough because there's the other side, like the devil on the shoulders. Like he made a pass from right back position to the elbow, and the guy blasted in a worldie.
Yep.
And then Evan. I mean, you're very beneficial if your teammate is Evan Nielsen because his greatest attribute and skill is getting fouled for
crazy how good he is at winning pens.
And like he takes it. It's like, I'm not first choice pen taker. It's this guy. Like, here we go. Here's 13 points.
Crazy.
And, he just blanked against Spurs. He gets the assist against Wolves. It's just like, even the brace against Liverpool, I think was very fortuitous and advantageous. Like one of them could have gone to a different player. So I think there's like all these mitigating factors to me of like looking at his points where I'm just like, I still am very skeptical of just like, how is this going to continue on? And also it's just the tide is rising, right? Like it keeps happening. And there's something to that, there's just something to that. So,
also in the 2 games he didn't score, he had big chances. in both games. Spurs, he had huge chances. Wolves, he had huge chances. So that's what you want. If he's doing that every game, which literally he's 4 for 4 and getting big chances in games. Fucking, he's a pick. I mean, there's a reason he's gone up 0.5 already. It's crazy.
Yeah. So, there's a lot of players in the games that are in the game that's getting points. So you could definitely be okay without having him. But it does seem like, at this point, we have enough information that he's probably
he's a pick.
Yeah. Yep.
Maurice said, how do you weigh the goodness of NFO's fixtures versus the fraudness of the gyro gaffer? Didn't know that was his nickname. Is it a different calculation for defenders versus attackers? I'm not sure if I should start Nico Williams over Reinders or use a transfer to get him out.
It's really hard to assess the NFO situation because he just came in with no time and meeting everybody. Yeah, like a couple days, everyone's coming back from international break. It's gonna take a while, I think, like more than the next couple game weeks for Ange to start anging.
Yeah.
I have no idea. Like I think you
just
still
gotta start your guys.
Yeah, like if you have the NFO guys, you have these 2 promoted games, you just start them.
You just gotta start them.
Yeah, just if it's Wood or fucking Milenkovic or whoever just sells, just start them for these 2 games.
Yep.
Newcastle, you can look at in a couple weeks, and then we'll have the break, and then we can reassess what's going on here. Take the temperature again, but it's just too crazy.
Yeah, I completely agree. I mean, also they were obviously awful against Arsenal, but Aina out, and then Murillo gets hurt in 30 minutes. Their new manager has been there for 2 days. It was every worst of everything against the best or second best team in the league. It's just what do you expect there? They had no chance.
Yeah.
JD said, I'm tempted by Voltamade, tall, lanky striker who's good on the ball, is aesthetically pleasing if you ignore his stash. What are your thoughts on him for Game Week 7 after the Arsenal fixture? Quite a nice run until City in Game Week 12.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't watch this game. Did you have it on?
I have it on.
Yeah,
I thought he was great.
Yeah.
I thought he was great. I mean, the funny thing about him is that I think the goal was really deceptive because that's just not what he does at all. Is make a far post run into the box and win a header and score it. It's not his game at all, and that's what he did. The rest of the game, he's kind of just false 9, in a good way, but maybe not a good way for FPL. I think it's very possible that he plays well and Newcastle are good, and he's maybe not a pick. He was coming really deep. He was doing really good build-up stuff, really good back to goal stuff, really good first touches and flicks and stuff. But I think it might. I mean, first of all, I just want to shout out Jacob Murphy, who I've been a believer for a while. He was fucking amazing. He's so much better than Alonga. It's insane. And I think once Gordon's back and it's Gordon, Volt, and Murphy, I just think they'll be free-flowing and good again. And I think he'll help them be good. I don't know if he's going to be an FPL pick. He obviously also got subbed very early and probably isn't used to playing Champions League and then Premier League, twice a week.
He definitely isn't.
He played in fucking third division in Spain 2 years ago. So, there's that. So that's not good. But Wissa being out 4 to 5 weeks, he'll start every game.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's a punt, but, there's something potentially there. But it's absolutely a punt. He could blank every game, absolutely.
The biggest thing to me with the Newcastle attacking picks is whoever has pens is the only pick.
Gordon.
It seems to me that they're going to be cannibalizing a lot, and we need to have the penalty taker. But we have no idea who that is. So
I assume it's Gordon.
I do as well.
It could be Volt.
I don't know. I mean, he's tall. He has his blonde hair and shit.
He's so tall.
It's a piss hair off between the 2 of them. It's a piss off. But if the 2 of them are on the pitch together in game week 7 and they win a pen and piss hair takes it.
Yeah.
Catapulting in my list of BPITG quantum. I mean, I've been obviously talking about him a lot this year. I agree with you though, in terms of just the theory crafting of what the team can look like with Voltematic like dropping deep to link and stitch, and if you have two competent players on left, right, you know, it's Murph Dog and it's Piss Hair, you know, we're in good shape there. And then with the midfield, you know, they're cohesive, you know, one or two push up, and yeah, it looks good. It's going to be the other caveat here is though with Europe, right? I mean, it's like they have important, huge, big games midweek, and the squad is not deep in quality. Like they have replacements, they have people they can play in other than center back. Like they have no depth and quality, so it's tough to see how that. It's tough. It's going to be tough to see how they cope.
Yeah, and I wonder, like, you know, last time they made Champions League, they completely fell off a cliff in the league. But last time they made Champions League, it was still group stages. And they had the hardest group imaginable.
That's true.
And this shit is as long as you're not a complete train wreck disaster, you basically will get to the next thing, even if it's, you know, the extra fixtures or whatever. You'll basically get there. Like, no one was worse than fucking Man City and Madrid last year. They just coasted into the next round or whatever. PSG too. So, I mean, there is like a different amount of pressure than there was in the group stage game where every game was like fucking life or death, massive. But yeah, I mean, the depth is still not good. So we'll see how that affects them. Let's do like a couple more and then maybe I'll push the rest of these to the Thursday pod. So Max Burt said, at the moment, my OR is suggesting I'm doing poorly. However, my team and the number of points I'm behind people in my mini league would suggest there are positives. How best should you judge your situation so early in the season?
That's a big question.
Huge question. I mean, there's an old Liamism from Discord Liam. It was something along the lines of, I'm really happy with all the players on my team. I'm just not happy with the numbers next to their names, but those change every week. And I was just like, that's great. I love that. Yeah. You know, because that is one of the only truths is the numbers change every week, you know. So I just think I haven't looked at my rank one time. I have no idea where I'm even sitting. I'm just trying to have a good team out there every week and not have 100% bad picks. And it's taken me this long, but I think Reuter and Verts have emerged as these are just not good picks. And there are other good picks that I feel very, very confident in. So I'm ready to make the moves. It was the same with Jim. That's the only other move I made is Jim out. I was just very sure, okay, he's not nailed. This is a bad pick.
He doesn't play anymore.
Doesn't play. Bad pick.
Yeah. Doesn't play bad pick. Yeah.
So I'm just trying to not have bad picks in my 11 and make sure I have good picks and see where that leads me for now. It's so early.
Yeah, it's so early. I mean, it's a few games gone. It's just really hard because you, like you're saying, you know, you want to not have bad picks and you could think you have good picks and they're not getting points.
Yeah.
There is definitely an intersection between what you think are good picks and you might be wrong.
Yes.
Because if
100%.
You're sitting here in game week 10 and you're like, oh, I have all these good picks. Like I'm very happy. I'm fine. And I'm OR 8 mil or 4 mil.
That's you every season at game week 25.
We're not talking about you or me. Okay. We're talking about the listener.
Fucking amazing.
We're talking about other people. We're not talking about us. Like then it's, you know, you have to look at more critically of like, how am I evaluating my picks? Like what is my perception or like, what am I thinking here?
Yeah.
Like, why do I think this? Because the results are very non-representative of what I'm thinking. So I think but like, again, like you're saying though, right? Like, yeah, Verts or, you know, Reuter, you know, you have these guys who are just like clearly underperforming what your expectations are. Your expectations are inaccurate. You know, it's like, these are bad picks. They're performing to their ability and we have to adjust. So yeah. So but it's hard because this is not like, you know, you open the book to the page 8 and it's like, oh, now is the time to push the button. It's like, that's the art form of the game where you have to just kind of go by feel. Yeah.
Yeah. I just think like for me, at least the big takeaway from all that. And I mean, me and Danny talked about this a lot on the fireside too, is just having some sort of process or heuristic to focus on instead of focusing on the rank, because the rank is just so much variance and so much randomness. But if you have a process and a belief and you can defend your own picks to yourself, which is really all that fucking matters, fuck everyone else, then, you'll eventually find the path that leads to points and joy and fun, and you'll go up in rank at that moment. But
yeah, I mean, I had a fucking green arrow on Wildcard, by the way.
And anything is possible. And if that's not proof that anything is possible, anything's fucking possible.
I went up 9K, but it's green.
It's fucking green.
It's fucking green. I don't know if I've ever had that in my life, in my career. My first wildcard getting a green arrow.
That's a never.
That's like a never. So I'm in rarefied.
You figured something out. You're flying.
I figured something out. I'm fucking flying.
Yeah, and I mean it's so like, I don't know. I hate even saying this shit because it's so like self-helpy and cringe, but it's like, like let go of the outcome. You can't control it. Just, blah, blah, blah. But it is fucking true. Like some of these cliches have lasted the test of time for a reason. So just try and have fun and try and play well and don't think about your fucking rank. That's what I would say.
Or do both.
Fuck it.
Because I mean, the rank is also like a check and balance on what you think in some ways, right?
Right.
Because like you could be doing really bad because you like your picks and they're like, you have 8 differentials. You're like, oh yeah, because when a few of my differentials don't hit and the guys that are 50% don't hit
scores.
I go down a lot. Like you're not playing against yourself. Like you're playing against 11 million people,
But I'm playing against myself. I'm trying to at least.
But I mean, you and I are, but I'm just in general. It's like they're but like we don't, but I mean, there are people that could be on edge cases, right? So
yeah. And also people care about mini leagues and neither of us have ever experienced that. So I always find it hard to put myself in those shoes, but let's do one more. Tuna and Rice said, do you think we were too quick to dismiss the Holland cap last week, or is this pure hindsight merchanting?
Dismiss the Holland cap? In what what sense?
Against Man United last week. Like we were both just like, no, it's auto mo, like joke.
No, I'm not at all. Like I think that we just got important information about Burnley and what they're capable of that we didn't have before. I mean, to me, it was just like, this is the worst team in the league and they're going to just fall apart and capitulate to the best team in the league versus like a derby that's been the last couple of years, like pretty tightly contested.
50-50 win.
Yeah. And they lost this fixture last year kind of thing.
Yeah.
And that just didn't happen. And I mean, ultimately, what are we talking about? 4 points? Like, don't care. Like, I don't care.
I mean,
I
want to caveat it also with, I mean, Liverpool's best chance in the game was like, what, the 10th minute? Konate had a header from 1 yard out. Who knows what happens if he scores that?
Where does
it might be a 4-0,
4-0
and we're just like, obviously we captained Liverpool. It was a joke. Burnley came out of their shell and just got fucking ripped apart.
Yeah. That's possible.
There's a lot of like variance in these kind of things. And that is what happened against United, right? Like they just completely fell apart and stopped playing midfield, and their Maguire's in fucking City's half and Holland's running free. It's like, what is this? So weird shit can happen. I think and
I do think in that respect too, it's like with captaincy, we had the conversation earlier, is like, I think we need to probably open our minds a little bit more on captaincy and not think of like, who is the worst team in the league? Like, let's captain against them, because the worst team in the league might not be the worst defense in the league, like we're kind of used to.
And that's a good point.
Like I think it's more of like, which matchups do we think has the opportunity to be end to end and be open, where there can be chances, and not just like who's playing Leeds, right. Or who's playing Wolves, or who's like, I just, in some ways, I think you might be able to, I think there might be captaincy this year. It's maybe going to be a little different as the weeks
that's kind of where I was sitting when I was talking about Bournemouth, right? It is that. It's not, Newcastle are obviously nowhere near the worst team in the league. They're probably a top 5 team.
Well, they're a top 4 defense also. So
their defense has been insane.
you're seeing something of like, I don't think they're going to do that,
and a fatigue thing and a preparation thing where I'm like, I think Bournemouth has the leg up on them and will.
Because on
it's
paper,
sort of like
that's not
picking
there.
Palace versus Villa. Like none of us did this, right? But Palace recently just beat Villa 3-0. That's all Glasner's done against Emery for 2 years is just destroy Villa. Maybe that's the type of like advantage that we, should have looked for or something.
Yeah. Interesting.
Yeah, something to think about. All right, let's get out of here. Let me slap asses. We'll
didn't
move
talk
all the
one
other
time about any of our Discord stuff.
being standing or sitting.
No, just like we lost momentum about trying to advertise for ourselves.
Oh man. Well, if you want to see some chat about peeing, sitting, or standing up, you got to join the Discord and non-FPL
What if you
shit.
play Silk Song?
Or if you play something called Silk Song and you want exclusive spoiler alerts in the Discord.
No. Yeah.
It's
just black bars. Like
it's just
bars.
black bars.
You can play whatever this game is. I don't know what the fuck
I know what
it is.
Hollow Knight is. I think it's a sequel to Hollow Knight.
It could be like Mario Brothers. I have no idea. But
it's similar, actually.
If you want to talk to people about it and not be spoiled, you're in luck because everyone in Discord who talks about this fucking game blacks out anything that could be potentially perceived as a spoiler.
Which, like,
it's great.
How do you even interact with that? I don't even understand. Like, if I started playing tomorrow, am I just not allowed to read anything? Or do I have to like ask a question in spoiler mode and be like, hey, I'm up to level 2. Like, what spoils can I read or not read?
No, I've thought about this. I think it's more perverted. I think because it's like there are several actors who are participating.
Yeah.
I think they know like where each other are at.
Okay.
So they're gradually breadcrumbing of like, I got to this place, so I'm going to say that. So it's like, okay, like I'm where this guy is, so I can click the thing without being spoiled of like, oh my God, like Harry Potter dies at the end or something,
Does Harry Potter die at the end?
Of course not.
Huge spoiler. You just fucked me.
Did you think he would die at the end?
I don't know. Yeah, probably.
It's called Harry Potter.
Yeah, I guess so. I don't know. Yeah. I feel like he's going to die, but how did Ray...
Will definitely die eventually. But
Ray turned into just the... Remember when Ray used to play FPL?
Are you talking about Rye?
Ryman.
Yeah. He plays FPL still.
He played Silk Song. Really?
Well, he's a he's a master of many trades.
He's the ringleader, I think, of the spoiling and the Silk Songing.
I love Rye so much.
He's great.
I love him so much.
All right, let me slap asses to our new signups. Speaking of signing up, Stein Goulet, Tarek Iskander, Colonel Hammond, William Frick, Jonathan Allen, Zed Place, Sheehan, Jonathan, Tommy, Richard, Eric Liston, Connor, Chris Stolorowski, Edward Willis, Rich C. Yes, baby, get in there. Welcome and thank you. I think that's about it, dude. Any last words?
We'll see you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow. Check us out at FMLFPL.com. Follow us on Twitter at FMLFPL Sports Page.com/FMLFPL. Subscribe, rate, review. Cheers.